Today's topic, how to get him to commit. You want this man to commit to you. You want this man to be yours, and you want him to want to be yours, and you don't want him to look at any other woman. Then this episode is for you. And the first question you have to ask yourself when you want to make a man commit to you is, what is this man's kryptonite? And what I mean by that is, what is the one quality, or the one thing you can do, or the one topic you can talk about, or the one action you can take that you think will make him commit to you? To give you an example, I, for a very long time, because of trauma that I had to overcome, had huge issues to open up emotionally to a woman. For me, that was the hardest thing ever. I always refused to cry. I always refused to show my emotions. I refused to be a human being. And yes, I know there is a popular joke that Germans are not human beings because, well, we are the robots, but deep down we are human beings and we have feelings. And my kryptonite was that my girlfriend allowed me to open up. And she not only allowed me to open up, she encouraged me to open up. And she not only encouraged me to open up, she actually appreciated it. And she showed me how much she appreciates me opening up. And if you find out what's your man's kryptonite, what is the one thing that he was always missing in past relationships, what is the one thing he was always afraid to do, but he wants to do it for his own personal growth, and you allow him to do that, you give him the safe space where he can express himself, then this man will commit to you. And then, please, oh please, I know you don't want to hear this, but stop pressuring him into commitment. It does not work. Love wants to flow. Love needs freedom. If you try to put pressure on him so that he will commit to you, I promise you, I guarantee you, and I really mean this, he will run away. He will leave you. He will not commit to you. I've coached many women in Skype coaching sessions, and all the women who tried to make a man commit to them by using pressure didn't succeed. I mean, think about it this way. If you are on a date with a man and he tries to pressure you into bed, would you do it? Of course not. You would feel pressured, you would feel uncomfortable, and pressure itself is already a very negative emotion. And the same is true when you, for example, want a man to propose to you, or you want a man to commit to you in a relationship. There are many ways how you can do that, and I share them with you in this episode, but please never use pressure. Pressure suffocates love faster than anything else. And pressure, or let's say putting pressure on somebody, creates an incredibly negative emotion in this person. And as a result, of course, the last thing that this person wants is to commit to you, because you are the one who causes these negative emotions in him. So please don't use pressure. Instead, love him into commitment. When a man feels loved, when a man feels that you are the most affectionate girlfriend that he ever had and that he possibly could have, then you are in this position where you will have an easy time to make this man commit to you. So whenever you see an opportunity to make him feel loved, to make him feel appreciated, to make him feel as if he's in the most affectionate and loving relationship that he could possibly be in, then take this opportunity and make him commit to you. And if you want to make him so obsessed with you that he will commit to you, if you want to make him so obsessed with you that you don't have to use any pressure and that he actually wants to commit to you from himself, then you can click on the first link in the description or go directly to gethimkeephim.com/obsession and find out how 7 of my amazing coaching clients made their man obsessed with them and commit to them. And ask him what he's afraid of. This is so important. And now you need to put yourself in his shoes. Now I want you to activate the biggest empathy rush you can possibly activate. A lot of women always complain that men are afraid of commitment. I've heard that so many times in my Skype coaching session. Oh, you know, Sebastian, that guy is afraid of commitment. Oh, he's just so afraid of commitment. I don't know what's going on. And when I then ask my coaching clients, have you ever asked him what he's actually afraid of? A lot of them say, no, I never asked him. Just because you as a woman don't understand his fear of commitment doesn't mean that you shouldn't take it seriously. You, for example, have fears that he might not understand. And that's why it's important to have empathy and to ask yourself, why is he actually afraid? What is he afraid of? And then address this issue with him in a way where you don't blame him for it, where you don't make fun of him, but instead you ask him in a way that shows that you want to find out what's going on with him and how you can help him to overcome this fear. And then he will commit to you. And give him the freedom he needs to realize that he is in fact free with you. One of the biggest misconceptions that men make is to believe that a relationship restricts their freedom. Oh, I want to be single because I want to be free in a relationship. Oh, she will restrict my freedom. I think too many terrible sitcoms in which the husbands and boyfriends are always displayed as the complete losers made men believe that as soon as they enter a relationship, they are a loser who has no freedom in life anymore. But of course, we both know that this is not true. If you give him the freedom he needs to realize that he is free with you, by allowing him to follow his business goals, by allowing him to focus on his career, by allowing him to meeting his friends alone, then he will realize that he is free with you and free without you. And because you give him the love and affection that he wants and that he craves, he then decides to commit to you because he has the freedom anyway. And communicate your financial independence to take away his biggest fear. One of the biggest fears of men when it comes to commitment is that they lose everything in the divorce court. And now again you could say, yeah, he's just afraid for nothing. I mean, to be honest, I've met men, very wealthy men, who've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in divorces. So in some cases, the fear is justified. But if you address this fear again with empathy, instead of saying, you and your irrational fears, instead of doing that, but you address this fear with empathy, and you make him feel safe with you by communicating to him that you are financially independent, and by communicating to him that you don't want his money, even though he might know it already, or even though you've told him before. If you communicate this again to him, and you give him the feeling that you are not the kind of woman that he's terribly afraid of, and you will not put him in the situation that he's terribly afraid of, then he will commit to you. And if you want me to help you in your specific situation, if you want me to give you advice that's specifically tailored to your relationship or to the relationship you want to create, then you can click on the second link in the description or go to gethimkeephim.com/Skype and find out more about Skype coaching with me. I would love to help you to either attract and create the relationship of your dreams, or if you're already in a relationship, to improve your current relationship. And another way to make a man commit to you is to ask him about traumatic experiences with women that made him afraid of commitment. I mean, yes, you are here because you want to learn how to attract a beautiful relationship, and that's amazing. But maybe in the same way as you might have had terribly disappointing ex-boyfriends, he might have had terribly disappointing ex-girlfriends. I, for example, had a very specific experience that made it extremely hard for me to trust women. And my girlfriend had to work very hard to, to allow me to trust again. And the same can be true for the man that you are dating. Maybe something happened in his past that he didn't tell you about because he's so afraid that you will judge him for it. And that's where you need to be proactive. That's where you need to talk to him about his traumatic experiences. You can just sit him down and say, hey, I have the feeling that you are a little bit afraid of commitment, and I just want to know, did something happen in your past that made you afraid of it? And if so, feel free to share it with me. I won't judge you for it. I want to help you with it. And if you do that, he will not only fall in love with you more, but it's also very likely that he will commit to you. And then give him the time he needs to fully trust you. Trusting somebody takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, at least not usually. And especially with people who trust you overnight, who trust everyone, you should be very careful. Because in every healthy relationship, it takes time to establish trust. Because basically, you're at the beginning two complete strangers who don't know anything about each other. So give him the time to trust you and show him how much you support him on his hero's journey. Show him how much freedom you give him. Be there for him when it comes to his education, to his career goals, and to what he wants to achieve. Cheer him up. Let him know that you are his teammate. And by doing that, you make him obsessed with you. And if you want to know how to activate his hero instinct so that he will feel like the hero of his life and also your hero and the hero of your relationship, and as a result he will be obsessed with you, then you can click on the first link in the description or go to gethimkeephim.com/obsession. and be the best girlfriend he ever had, and he'll want to be the best boyfriend and maybe even the best husband that you can possibly imagine. Listen to him, encourage him to achieve great things, be his teammate, work on problems in a constructive way, support him and he will support you, and then he will also commit to you. And again, if you want me to help you to make your man commit to you, if you want me to help you in case you are single to attract the man who will then commit to you, then you can go to gethimkeephim.com/Skype, or you can click on the second link in the description and find out more about Skype coaching with me. And if you enjoyed watching this video, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Share your opinion, share your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. And I would love it even more if you would hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.